All right, got the Zoom chat open and I'm all set. Hello, Greg Russell, NBC Detroit.
Hey,
Knight, how
how
are
are you?
you?
I'm
Good.
good.
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And got to tell you, I was all set to take my grandkids up to our cabin this weekend. Staying in town, buddy. Staying in town.
Hilarious.
Got to tell you, obviously, an interesting story, and I'd be willing to say, especially with things we as people have gone through over the past 3 years, just watching this really just kind of makes you think about a lot of things. Talk a little bit about how the whole concept of this story came about.
The concept came from a book that was brought to me, and I did feel it was just one of those giant ideas that had, unending emotion and was absolutely thrilling. Like you could see as I read it, I can see the ticking clock. I can see the heart pounding sequences in my head of what this is going to be. I can keep them on the edge of their seat. And I read the premise, I was like, I'm going to do 100-minute movie. That was like my goal. I was like, 100 pages, 100 minutes. It turned out to be 100 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just wanted to be this like punch from beginning to the end. So even that as a concept from reading the book was exciting for me.
All right. And I dare say, if I'm any place and David Batista comes to my front door and knocks, I'm letting him in because I already know he can tear through the wall.
We had a door at the premiere, and he was pounding on the door, and I thought the whole thing was gonna fall. I thought the whole thing. I was like, Dave, just don't hit so hard.
Right. And I mean, and a whole tremendous cast too. I mean, the two fathers, a little girl, again, just out, just wanting to relax, have a good time. And then they get this daunting decision, from this group that they want them to make. And it does, it makes you think about, what would I do? I mean, you know how you feel, but sometimes you're just put into those type of pressure situations where this could help or maybe it can't. But we'd have to find out by watching.
I mean, that's what drew me, and I guess my dream is for the audience that after the movie finishes, that they're thinking these thoughts and wondering what they would have done and talking with each other about what they would have done as a group.
No, oh no, that is for sure. Because we did, bring it up because, like I said, just with things that we've all been going through, we just talked about. It's like it kind of skews your mind a little different, than it would have a few years back. It would have been like,
Yes.
good luck, everybody else.
Yeah, we're in a very interesting place about deciding whether our individualism is the most important thing versus, or do we have an obligation to each other?
Right. Right. And it does it because it's like we all want to be good people, but then again, we all love our families and different things like that. So yeah, it's a whole interesting ride. And of course, you're in the movie. Fantastic. I always love that. I always love your cameo.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I don't get to be in them, and I thought for sure this one I wasn't going to be in it because it's a cabin. So I mean, I can't just stroll on in and just tap Dave on the shoulder and stroll on out. So it was, sometimes I get to play meatier things that are really interesting and fun for the story, and sometimes I can't even be in them. But this one's an interesting one. I can't wait for audiences to see.
Well, fantastic. I know everybody here in Detroit will be looking forward to it. And just to address the elephant in the room, I do an after-school teaching class at a high school.
I was going to ask what's happening back there.
And I actually teach drama and film history, but the kids are all in that room doing their thing. So I'm here in the science room. So that's why Clarence is here with me.
I'm glad that's the answer because I thought you were going to say that's like your dining room or something. And I was going to say, I think you need to talk to somebody.
Right. And feed him more. And I thank you so much as always.
Take care.
You too.